Hello everyone and welcome to the F1 Corner after the practice session on Friday of the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix. Two notable events during this session. First, the teams had to test the new Pirelli tires for 2021 in FP2. And second, a big crash by Alex Albon will compromise his weekend, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, let's look at Mercedes. Like usual, looking at the result, Mercedes on fire again this weekend after losing the race in Turkey. Kind of a crazy race, we cannot really blame them on that. Lewis Hamilton topping the chart in every session. Valtteri Bottas second and third in those two practice sessions. Lewis Hamilton, if he gets the last 3 wins of this season, could equal the record of 13 wins set by Sebastian Vettel and Michael Schumacher in one single season. So he will be hungry for that. We know how competitive can be Lewis Hamilton, but Valtteri Bottas will also be looking at getting a few more victories and maybe gain some momentum heading into the next season in 2021. Let's go to Red Bull. I mentioned it at the beginning. Alex Albon, big crash on the last turn about midway through the second practice session. This will probably impede his performance for the rest of the weekend. They need to rebuild a good chunk of that car, and this will also be a big bummer for his confidence this weekend. We know Albon is fighting really hard to keep his seat at Red Bull for next season. This crash will not help him. Big crash. They will probably need to replace parts like the gearbox and a big chunk of the chassis. And yeah, from this point, he must be devastated, but he needs to just regroup, rebuild himself too, and focus on what's remaining this weekend. They should be able to run that car tomorrow morning in FP3, and there's no doubt it will be ready for quali, but it is still a big impediment. Missing half of the second practice session will be trouble for him. On the other side, Max Verstappen looking good in FP2, second place, splitting the two Mercedes. Can he give us a bit of a surprise this weekend? This is a high-speed track in Bahrain, so may be more suitable for the Mercedes, but we never know. Further down the grid, midfield, it's going to be a close fight. We know about it, fighting for third place in the Constructors' Championship and for best of the rest among the drivers. The racing points are looking strong, getting 4th and 8th in FP2, 4th for Sergio Perez, so best after Valtteri Bottas. Lance Stroll, 8th place, not directly behind Sergio, but if you take the results combined, he is in front of one of the Renault and one of the McLaren. So this is a pretty good result, all things considered, for Lance Stroll. The McLaren, well, were impeded a little bit after a red flag that was caused by Albon's crash. Carlos Sainz only 13. Lando Norris, 7th place. We know it's very competitive between the two McLaren drivers, and they're 7-7 in quali, and it's going to be again a very tough competition between both of them tomorrow, and we're eager to see that, and also trying to gain some points for that championship. Renault, 5th for Ricciardo, 11th for Ocon. Daniel Ricciardo getting the best season he's got so far in his career, probably. Esteban Ocon still trying to find the performance in that Renault package. Yes, having Ricciardo as a teammate does not help to compare him, but he needs to really get it in, because next year with Fernando Alonso, it's gonna be as tough, if not tougher, to show what he can do in that car. Who else do we have? The Ferrari. They just don't seem to be finding anything this weekend, struggling to find the grip, to find the downforce, to make that car turn properly in all corners. Only 12th in FP2 and 11th in FP1. So it looks like it's going to be a tricky weekend. They are back in the fight for third, but they will need a perfect weekend to do that. And at this stage, it just does not seem like they have what it takes here in Bahrain. AlphaTauri, the team that's been impressive over the last few races, 9th and 6th in FP2, very good result. They tried to bring the fight to Ferrari, though with that 2-point finish that the red team got in Turkey, it's going to be tough now. There's about 40 points separating the two teams, so with only 3 races left, I don't really see that happening. Still, can consolidate their 7th place in the championship, and they've been pretty much the 4th best team recently. They are mingling with the battle for third between Renault, McLaren, and Racing Point. And we just wish them good result. AlphaTauri, they got a win this year in Monza with Pierre Gasly, so it's just really cool for them. And looking again very strong. And then the back of the grid, no big surprises. Alfa Romeo, Haas, and Williams struggling. George Russell, bit of a surprise, last in FP2. We know he missed FP1 because reserve driver Roy Misani took his place, but just seems like there's maybe something going on. Was he impeded also by all the traffic after the red flag? It's tough to tell. Kimi Räikkönen also behind his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi. Räikkönen, who also missed FP1, being replaced by Robert Kubica. And the Haas, just business as usual. They're already working on 2021. Both drivers know they're not coming back. So just trying to get on with it. I think the 3 teams, Haas, Alfa Romeo, and Williams, just want to finish that season and start fresh next year with some new regulations and hopefully a few more points to give them a bit of extra money, but it's pretty much set for them. Pretty sure that they are already working on next season since quite early in this 2020 Formula 1 year. That's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you again tomorrow after the qualifying session of the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix. Don't miss it. Thank you and have a good day.